Okay, so we do have a lot to run in through today. Like we have a lot to talk about. So I'm going to be like smashing in all of these topics all into one video. Let me know if you guys do like these type of videos where I talk about like 4 to 5 different things within a span of like one video. I usually have that type of like execution where I want to talk about one topic in one separate video and then like upload 4 in one day. But let's just try this out, right? We're gonna go run through all of these. We're gonna talk about Messi and Joan Laporta. We're gonna be talking about the 2 players that Barcelona is monitoring right now. One does include a central midfielder, and the other one does include it does include a number 9, which is crazy to me because, you know, like the amount of players that has been linked to Barcelona in the past 2 weeks has been insane. I think that we can get that feel right, that Deco is monitoring multiple players, analyzing, seeing what is working and what is not working, and ultimately making the decision in the summer of 2026. And then later in this video, we're also going to be talking about the 2 players that we have right now, which is Eric Garcia and Pedri. We have some good news for the 2 players, and I can't wait to talk about it in this video. So let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about Messi and Joan Laporta first. And I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to try and show off. I don't mean to try and say that, oh, look, this is the reason why I'm right, and this is the reason why you're wrong. And look, now I have proven myself. I am not trying to do any of that, but I'm just trying to make you guys really understand why I always lean towards the side of Messi going to Barcelona makes no sense. And this will be for sure the last time I'll be talking about this. Joan Laporta did not entertain no move in regards to Barcelona trying to bring in Messi at all.
Perquè que tornés a jugar al Barça, per exemple, 6 mesos com a jugador, això és una opció que poden contemplar?
Home, a veure, jo crec
per tancar la seva etapa professional, diguéssim.
A veure, jo et diré que per màxim respecte a Messi, als professionals de la casa, al Barça i als socis i sòcies del Barça, jo crec que ara que jo fes unes especulacions que no són realistes ni crec que siguin de justícia, vaja, jo crec que no corresponen.
Joan Laporta has closed the doors. He stated this: out of respect for Messi, our players and our members, it's not the time to speculate with unrealistic scenarios. Barcelona is above anyone else. Despite how everything happened with Messi's departure, I have no regrets. It's not what we all wanted, but it was not possible in that moment. And so clearly you can see that Joan Laporta is saying that we are not interested anymore. We're not interested in Messi. Yes, we have respect for Messi. Yes, we want to pay that tribute for Messi. And we want Messi to come back to the Spotify Camp Nou, not as a player, but somebody who can visit the Spotify Camp Nou with 110,000 people around there and pay that ultimate tribute to Lionel Messi and say that thank you for the 15 years that you have given us.
Te llamo y te voy a hacer una propuesta que no vas a poder rechazar. Te veo bien. Suerte.
That is the way that Joan Laporta wants to handle the whole thing. Joan Laporta is not interested in bringing in Messi, putting him into the squad list, and play haram football with Lewandowski. That would make no sense at all because sportingly, we have talked about it before. Sportingly, it makes no sense to have 2 38-year-old players in the attack when you know that with a team like Hansi Flick and the way that he wants his system, he wants to have high pressure, high intensity, a lot of focus. You can't really get that with Lewandowski and Messi like tomorrow. And I'm happy that Joan Laporta is like really taking a stance on this because yes, it would have made a lot of sense for Messi to join Barcelona like in 2022 or something crazy like that, like right after PSG. But now Barcelona is in a very different situation. Joan Laporta, if you even look at the interview that he had, he felt very composed, very, I would just say, like sure of himself that yes, we don't want Messi at Barcelona. And the reason why he's so sure of himself and why he feels so composed about saying such words, right, to say that I have no regrets, letting go of Messi is the ultimate decision and the best decision for Barcelona above everything else, is because when we look at this squad does not need Messi. This squad is better without Messi at the age of 37 years old. And I say that because we have Lamine Yamal, we have Alejandro Balde, we have Cubarsí, we have Gavi, we have Pedri, we have Frankie, we have Rafinha, we have Lewandowski, Jules Koundé. We're going to be adding more players. We have Marc Bernal, Marc Casado. It's a different team, and a team that is willing to start this new dynasty, and they're all very young. Right now we can officially say that right now it's just not the best to have Messi in the squad, and we're only going to get better from here. And Hansi Flick has a plan with these young group of players. Araujo, Joan Garcia. Joan Laporta has worked so hard in the past 2 to 3 years to really build this team to what it is today, and I back this team 110%. I back this team. I want all of these players to reach their maximum potential. And for us to go back to somebody like Messi, it just wouldn't make any sense, right? We have to take a few steps forward, not look back and say, oh my God, look how good he used to be. So stepping away from that, and I'll talk about the two players that Barcelona is scouting. It states here, according to Goal, that Barcelona are interested in Argentinian striker Thomás de Martis. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's his name, Thomás de Martis, who is 17 years old.
Píndola para jugar, Tulián para pasar, Tulián para venirse. Se viene el equipo argentino, avanza Tulián, espera de Martis, espera Parmo. Viene la pelota para de Martis. ¡Gol!
He's currently participating in the U17 World Cup in Qatar, and there have been interest in him for months. And so, if you look at the stats that this Argentinian striker has brought to the U17 CONMEBOL, it states here that for 2025, he's the top goal scorer with 6 goals. He has 2 assists so far, 5 key passes per game, also averages 2 big chances created per 90 minutes, and has 3 successful dribbles per 90 minutes. These are really good numbers for a striker, right? I think that Deco's not just looking at somebody like him, right? This Argentinian striker. There's a lot of strikers that Deco's looking at, like Eta Young, Harry Kane. There's a lot of strikers, and this comes by no surprise. Deco is somebody that has always shown that he likes to bet on strikers that are outside of Europe. Look for Argentinian strikers, Brazilian strikers, Ecuadorian strikers, Uruguayan strikers. There's a lot. So I think that as of right now, totally makes sense. Lewandowski, 37 years old. There has been a lot of talks about Lewandowski saying that he's going to retire if Barcelona don't offer some sort of renewal. And it does not even look like Barcelona want to renew Lewandowski. So, like, of course, we're going to be having conversations about this Argentinian striker and many other more. Another player that Barcelona is eyeing, but let me tell you, there's no, like, such reports about this midfielder being linked to Barcelona, but they are interested, and this player is also willing to join a team like Barcelona. His name is Kees Smit.
And it's worked short, and Smit whips it in brilliantly.
He has stated, I watch almost all Barcelona matches. It's simply my favorite club, and I love watching Pedri and Frankie de Jong play. We even heard Ronald Koeman say that Kees Smit, because he does coach Kees Smit in the Netherlands national team, Koeman has said that every time I watch Smit play, he reminds me of Pedri. And even if this player reaches 80% of what Pedri is today, that is already going to be good news. Kees Smit, who is 19 years old, somebody who plays in the central midfield position, also as a CDM, sometimes as a attacking 10. In the last under-19 Euro, he played 5 matches, scored 4 goals, provided 1 assist, champion, the MVP, and he was also the top goal scorer. Once again, he's a central midfielder, and for him to score a lot of goals, provide a lot of assists, that is something to really keep an eye on. So if Deco and Joan Laporta and Hansi Flick are not looking at this player, let's look at this player. Let's see what he can do. I think that in these upcoming matches for the Netherlands, let's all look at it. All of us, you and me, let's look at those matches and let's see what Kees Smit could do. I said Kees Smit. Kees Smit, what he could do. And let me tell you, Barcelona would not be the only ones interested in trying to go for Kees Smit, because there has been other European clubs that is interested in this central midfielder. If you guys have seen this player play, clearly you can tell that this guy is like a really tall central midfielder. He's up there in height. I think that he's like 5'9" or like 6 feet. So he'll definitely be one of the tallest central midfielders that Barcelona would have. I would say go for him. Go and try and sign him, because he's very direct, very, I would say, somebody that's like Frankie, but is willing to make those vertical passes. He's really good at like making those 1-2s, looking for the vertical pass extremely quickly. I love all of that. He is ranked as, in terms of, he does bring in the most dribbles in his own respective league when it comes to the midfielders. He brings the most dribbles, right? He is somebody that can dribble the ball forward, and he does that a lot. He brings a lot of value. And he also does rank in 5th when it comes to filtering the most passes in his league. So I'm excited. I think that Barcelona should make a move. However, I know that we have a lot of midfielders, bro. I know that we have Fermin, we have Frankie, we have Pedri, we have Marc Casado, we have Marc Bernal. We'll see what happens to Casado and Bernal. I want to see how they perform in this season, because so far it does seem like Flick doesn't really prioritize their minutes. I think that Flick really does like to use only Pedri, Frankie, and Fermin Lopez. And then look what's gonna happen when Gavi comes back. It's only gonna be even worse for Casado and Bernal. So we'll see, but so far, so good. I think that Kees Smit is somebody that has shown his quality and definitely Barcelona material. Now let's move on to the last two conversations, and we're gonna make this very quick before I make this video like super like long. Starting with Eric Garcia. You guys already know my whole idea and my whole opinion about Eric Garcia. I have said it multiple times before that Eric Garcia currently right now is better than Jules Koundé. I'm not saying that overall, over the past 5 years, that Eric Garcia has shown that he's better than Jules Koundé, but right now, as of November 12th, 2025, Garcia has shown that he is the better right back than Jules Koundé for FC Barcelona. And now, Gerard Romero from Sport has claimed that Barcelona is on verge of agreeing with Eric Garcia on renewing his contract until 2029. Finally, we heard some news about Eric Garcia having continuity. Like, where were these talks in the past 2 to 3 months? And there's also an optional year for him to be taken all the way until 2030. And he does deserve it. Eric Garcia does deserve to have more years at Barcelona. This guy is the most reliable, very versatile, somebody who can play multiple positions, never complains, never talks about why am I playing here this time, why am I playing there. Eric Garcia is a complete professional, and I want him at this club. And for sure, when we come back from the international break, I want to see Eric Garcia starting with Araujo, Cubarsí, and Alejandro Balde. He does deserve to have the starting minutes. And lastly, we also have some good news with Pedri. It states here, according to the AS sources, that Pedri is expected to return 2 weeks ahead of schedule. And he's even expected to return for either the match against Athletic Club or Chelsea. And it has not been ruled out that he could play against Athletic Club, like, for sure. Like, there is that possibility that Pedri could play about 30, maybe 35 minutes against Athletic Club. It was said before that Pedri was supposed to return to, like, not until, like, the end of November. And the fact that he could return in 2 weeks, bro, are you kidding me? Now, for sure, Barcelona are not going to be trying to rush him in, just like the mistake that they did with Rafinha, because Rafinha did relapse. So if Pedri is 100% and he showcases during the training sessions that he is completely fine, then screw it, bro. Like, for the match against Athletic Club, give him those 20 minutes. For the match against Chelsea, give him those 20 minutes. I'm not going to be expecting for Pedri to be starting, but I expect Pedri to receive some minutes against Athletic Club and Chelsea, and those are going to be two very important matches that Barcelona must win. So slowly but surely, Barcelona is gaining their players back, and I cannot wait to see how a fully formed Barcelona is going to perform by, let's just say, February, which is going to be the start of the most important part of the season. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.